Hi, my name is Nicole Ramai, and I'd like to welcome Quinnipiac to this meeting. My goals today are to highlight the importance of content governance, and if I've done my job well, by the end of this meeting you will feel more comfortable and at ease with the content management process for your website. Let's jump right in. So what is content governance? Content governance is the short and long-term management of content on a website. Who produces and approves the content, how often the content is edited, and how long the content is posted on the website are a few examples of what would be addressed with a successful content governance system. So how exactly does content governance work? Let's break it down in three phases: the request phase, the create phase, and the manage phase. The request phase. Ownership is important because it defines who is responsible for the management of the content on your website. For example, it can be a professor or a department that is responsible for content. The interactive media department, for instance, would be responsible for the content available on the interactive media web pages for Quinnipiac, and the content could be something as simple as the department's mission statement. Clear ownership will help the user's experience by creating accountability and by keeping content relevant and updated. This step creates a hierarchy of workflow with management responsible for what becomes available on a website. Content must first be approved by management before creation. A simple online request format would suffice. An example would be creating a request to have an interactive media department in the news section on the department's main page of the website. If the request is deemed highly sought after by users, it would then be approved for creation. Prereqs are where we outline what skills are needed and how long it will take to complete the job. If there are ongoing responsibilities, it should be outlined here as well. This can be tacked onto the request form created in the business purposes stage. An example would be detailing education requirements and commitments in the request form for the In the News section of the interactive media department's main page. The request should include the education requirement and ongoing resources needed to support the content on that page, and the requester's acceptance in committing to its upkeep. If it turns out the In the News section in the interactive media page is not something users care to read about, it may be removed. Content should be reviewed periodically to ensure that what is on a page is relevant and useful to current users. Content that has not been accessed by users in a certain amount of time may also be removed. This ensures relevant updated content on the website. The create phase. So while your team is working on the In the News section of the interactive media department's main page, it's not necessary to give access to the rest of the employees at Quinnipiac University. There are ways to limit access to users who need to see In the News, and this security feature should be enforced. Workflow is great if content needs to go through different areas of approvals such as editorial, legal, and management requirements. An approval process can ensure content is 100% ready before it is submitted to the website. Depending on your organization, you may or may not need this. The manage phase. Updating content ownership is vital. If content ownership is not updated at least on a quarterly basis, content governance will fall apart. There will be employees who left the organization and some who have changed positions, and as such, content ownership will need to be updated. Bottom line, there needs to be someone responsible for content, otherwise it may become outdated and useless to the user. Why this process works. Content governance takes the guessing out of who is responsible for content that needs to be available and consistently updated, and when content should be retired. This allows for Quinnipiac to function optimally by giving you content workflow processes and agreement on content upkeep. I hope my explanation on this process makes you feel more at ease with content management, and I hope to work with you in the future on this.